What's going on? What we got in here? We got Cameron and Kevin so far. What's going on? There's a couple more people sound off. Kevin, I checked that video out about an hour ago. That's a cool 57. Kind of looks like the guy was, and he mentioned it. They turn. Oh, we got a warning going off on the phone, one of those Amber Alerts. Saw that on Facebook hours ago, and it's now just going off on the phone. So anyway, where was it? Yeah, 57 was pretty cool. They kind of alluded to it in the video that it was, the guy kind of just went in the direction of Gasser. You could tell he was pro-streeting it at first. And somebody kind of nudged him towards Gasser. It turned out to be a really nice car. I love the way he notched the front bumper out for his tank. That was cool. Yo, what's going on, Turlo? Brian, Andy. Yo, Grady. Yo, Grady, I told you last time, man, but I love that sticker. Anti-LS Consortium. That's definitely going on one of my rear windows. Absolutely love that, man. Yo, Iron Horse, thanks for coming in, man. Robert's Garage, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming. All right, we're starting to get some people in here now. Yo, Mike, what's up, brother? Uh-oh, camping good. That's pretty exciting. I tell you, I like that little camper you built, Mike. That's really neat. But I think you're right, though. I think unless you anchor down those awnings, one good windstorm. But I think if you anchor them down, you'll be all right. Maybe you can get some like screens to hang down on the sides, to protect you from the bugs while you're cooking and stuff too. Little makeshift screen porch, Maybe. Jazz, what's going on, man? Jeff Bittner, what's up? Poor Possum Speed Shop. My man, what's going on? Country Boy, what's happening? I'm doing all right, man. I love watching you pull that old bus out of the woods last week, man. That was pretty cool. I'd be a little worried. I tell you, I'd have parked that thing about a mile from the house until I got that, we'll call it a toupee off the back of that thing. Because, man, you take that thing home, they were a little bigger than mice. You don't want them rats getting in your house, brother. Don't take them home. Chris, what's happening? So I got some tune-up stuff for the bike you guys could see. I stopped at a local vendor and picked up the oil, plugs, filters. I got primary oil. I got motor oil. I got the Trent gear oil. So, I'm going to try to start pecking at the bike a little bit so I can get that done. We can get that out of the way. I owe those people a video. They sent me them chemicals. I think I'm gonna try their rim stuff on our car or something. So I got that coming up. I'm trying to knock out a lot of the small jobs, guys. Truth be told, Kim and I got a lot of money on the street working on that house. So I'm building up the funds before I start buying parts. Anybody that has a Tri-5 understands. I'm building the coffers back up before we start really spending some money again. All right. So that's what's going on there. I do have some small jobs I could do on it. And I do have some grunt work, but nobody wants to sit there and watch you sand on metal for hours on end. So that's what's going on. We're getting some stuff together for that too. Grady, Mr. B Real. I'm going to do one of the little projects I'm going to get going is the toolbox you sent me. I think I'm gonna clean it up, and I think we're gonna pay. We're not doing a factory restore. I think we're gonna paint it black so that whatever Kim paints on it looks cool. So we're getting ready to do that. But like the buckle and the handle straps, the chrome came off. So I'm just gonna polish the metal up the best I can, or paint it. But you can't really paint the buckle, so I might just polish the metal. We'll see how it turns out. Paul White. Hello to your family, Mr. Paul White. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I got it right here. I think I don't know if I want to leave the dent in it or if I want to work that out or not. It kind of adds character, you know what I mean? Kind of like my car's not going to be perfect either, but we'll see. But I think we're going to paint it black, brother. So that's what's going on with that. My buddy Jamie, the guy I bought the bike off of, he gave me one of those suitcase blasters. So I might try that on it just to clean it up first. We'll see. If not, I'll get some polishing wheels or something. That's what I think too, Chaz. That's funny, Paulson. But yeah, I mean, I got a little stuff coming. I bought myself a little oil pan. I got I went to the local automotive store the other day just to get some 1/4-inch fuel line, because the little crossover hose right under the tank, it's leaking. This whole garage smells like varnish. So I went to get that. So when I take the tank off to clean it, I'll put the new little piece of hose on there. Nobody had any. I had to order it from Amazon. It's like nobody's stocking anything anymore. I think all these, brick and mortar stores, I think they're all going to be closing up, man. It just doesn't seem. It's like you walk in there, the shelves are all empty. It's like, but then I get on Amazon and it's here the next day. We're taking a break from that house this weekend. We're not going down there to work, but I am going over to the house that my brother-in-law's house that burnt, and we're going to do some stuff over there. I think, get ready. So I'm just going to show up 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and he'll point and I'll do. I owe him some good labor. Nah, I'd do it anyway. What's everybody else got going? Yeah, it really is, Kevin. It really was a beautiful 57, but I could tell, it was going to be pro-streeted, and he switched the gasser, and I'm glad he did. I tell you, I wish I could have it. I guess I could if I wanted to completely cut my new floors up, but he's got 18-inch wide tires on the back of that thing, man. Yeah, you're right, Turlo. Yep. I can keep all my clippings, and when I get enough, I could get some Elmer's glue, and I could paste it to some paper. That's cool. That's cool. All right, Chaz. Oh, you guys are funny. Yeah. I got to tell you guys another thing. My buddy Bart was making fun of me on the way out of work today. hey, listen, I'm just trying new videos to see, if we could bring in some extra people, maybe something catches on or not. So that's, like I did the tractor tires or something like that. That's all I'm doing is experimenting, just like we did with the, with featuring channels and stuff like that. I'm just trying new stuff to see what we could do to bring people in. We're all struggling the same ways. Like Left for Dead, he just left the video up on our page on Facebook. It's a good video, man. He's working on his floors for his Impala. But we're all struggling to get views. So I'm all ears if anybody got any new ideas. I'm always willing to participate. You guys could always use my platform to promote your stuff. You know that. I don't care about stuff like that. I'm all for everybody winning, But it's hard, trying to figure out how to, proceed in this technical world. Trying new stuff. Yo, Blue Yellow, what's up, Brent? How you doing? Hey, One. No, you're right on time, One. You're right on time, buddy. A wizard costume? Maybe. But anyway, my buddy Bart was making fun of me. I hope he's listening and his wife is too, so maybe she'll scold him. You know what he was calling me on the way out of work today? He was calling me fancy pants because of my jeans. Because you see me in them jeans, like they might have a cross on the butt or something like that, on one of the pockets or on the pockets. Hey, but my wife got them for me from Kohl's on the sales rack. We're in the garage. What the hell does? Oh, excuse me. What the heck does it matter? What pant? I'd rather wreck a $15 pair of jeans. He's like, they aren't 15, they're 60. They were on sale. They were at Kohl's. You guys know about Kohl's. My wife gets all that Kohl's cash, and on top of that, they got a sale. Next thing you know, you're paying $10 for a $50 pair of pants. You believe that? He called me fancy pants. He just texted me. I gotta take him as bead breaker back to work. I'll throw it in my truck so I don't forget. But I think I'm gonna make a template of that, man. I think I'm gonna make one of those. That's pretty cool. Current events, Chris. Go ahead, spill. What do you got? Oh, now be nice, One. It's one of my good friends. It's all in good fun. Yeah, they did. Hey, Bri, are you watching them do that Miles of Mayhem that Dan is doing with his buddy? I'm a little jealous of that. That looks like fun. Although that car should have been a little more ready, so they could have enjoyed it more than. But they're doing a lot of fixing on it. But that's a really cool car, and it looks like they're having a lot of fun. But I think Dan even said in like the second video, the car was a little less done than it should have been when they started. Hey, Josh, how you doing, buddy? So we try to always make it at least interesting, man, for everybody to come in and get a good laugh, All right, brother. Take it easy, Mike. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Peek back in if you can. Cam was the first one to comment, so he's in here somewhere. That's not a bad idea, Chris. Make a goof video on something that just happened. What video had 2 million views in 1 week? One you made? Title Snake Bobcat? All right. Let me look at it. I'll look at that I'll look at that when I'm done. You know, maybe I could feed off of that somehow. Because I'm just trying new stuff. It's like, I don't want to make anybody mad that's just watching because of the 55, or if we grabbed a couple viewers that want to see what's happening with the bike. We're going to have a video with the bike pretty soon. Like I said, you guys can see I got some stuff back here. And I'm waiting on my buddy Phil to come over. He said maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, tomorrow morning through the afternoon into the early afternoon, I'm probably going to be with my brother-in-law most of that time. But I'll wait to see if Phil calls. If he calls, great. If not, I'll tinker on some other stuff till he calls. It's not like I'm not afraid to. You guys should know by now. I know I'm not afraid to work on anything. I just, I'd rather have him here for a couple things because, like, I don't want to scratch that tank and stuff like that. So, there's that. I did look in there. It stinks like varnish, but the good news is it's still wet because I didn't want to have to send that out and have that coating put in the bike tank. It looks like it's all still wet. So I think if I just clean it out with some CLR or something like that and then rinse it with gas, I think we're going to be good to go. Thanks, brother. I think so too. I finally went up to the title store last week and they wouldn't accept it because my buddy Jamie just signed. So I called him up and he come up to the house and we just went up together and transferred it. It was a what they call purged title. You guys know what that means, meaning it hadn't been registered in so long. They basically just threw the title out, even though we have a hard copy of the title. So we had to do this big, long form. Then we had to explain, why the bike was priced the way it was, because they always look at that Kelly Blue Book and they want that tax money. Pennsylvania, it's like, yo, you come dig the rat's nest out of the exhaust pipe. You take the top end to free the thing up. You do that stuff. And that shuts them right up, And they just say, yeah, yo, $200. I don't even, why should you have to pay tax on something that was bought brand new and already taxed? These people are insane, And that just burns my ass. Sorry, Bart. Now, Chris, did you actually make this video or are you just talking about making this video? Oh. Yeah, because there's actually a bobcat versus rattlesnake with 10 million views from 8 months ago. Right there. And there's a lizard right below that eating a whole bunch of rattlesnakes. No, but I get what you're saying. Do like a spoof video. I might try it. She's yelling at me, calling me. I know, hon. I know. That's what I'm talking about too. All right. Cameron, your friend one, our friend one, has been patiently waiting for you. He asked for you. How is the bump steer going? That's interesting, Andy. Yeah, it took us a while. We were up there for about a half hour or so, filling out all these forms and whatever. I'm glad he was available to come up because my buddy works a lot of OT. So You know, he happened to be off the same day as me, and he didn't mind coming up. But he had a couple. He had another bike. He's got a Triumph, and he's selling that one to our buddy Bob, and a trailer, a bike trailer, you know, with a single rail. And he just went ahead and because you can pre-sign a title and have it stamped, but it's got to be done in front of a notary with the intent of who you plan to sell it to. So he took care of all that, so he didn't have to go back out. So like when our friend Bob goes over to get the other bike, he just give him the titles and it's done. So it's kind of nice to know that kind of to go through it. That way, if somebody asks in here and they're in Pennsylvania, I can tell them how it's going to work. Everybody hates the DMV, but it's one of those necessary evils, country boy, you know? Sucks, but yeah, that's tough, Andy. I need a swear jar. Now, what are you talking about, Brent? Did you get the shot or did you get the COVID itself? It says you were mostly just cold and achy. Man, Chris, you got a lot of really good ideas, man. I might just do that. I might just do that. Not necessarily get a new computer, just use a computer that I have never used for the YouTube. I got a couple of those, and see what they pick for you. That's really smart, dude. Yeah, the second shot, man, that sucked, Brent. I'll tell you, for me it did. My arm, ugh, I felt like I had a really bad hangover for about 3 days. Yeah, just prepare yourself for a couple days of bad hangover, Cameron. At worst, you know. And my arm, it was really it was really weird. When they gave me the shot, it didn't hurt at all. But that night I woke up, and if I even shifted my body a little bit, it felt like there was a knife in my arm going, you know, going like this. And I couldn't really sleep all night. But then I fell asleep the last 2 hours of the night. And when I woke up, the pain was completely gone. And then it just felt like I had a bad hangover. But I didn't have the luxury of just sitting around too much. I helped my brother-in-law out. Well, he helped me out. You know, we went down there, but he's like, dude, you look bad. Just go home. All right, Chris, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to look at that. That's cool, Andy. Was it the Moderna? Me too. Me too, Chaz. Overseas 3-day hangover. I don't know, Brent. Okay, so yeah, the Pfizer is different. I got the Moderna. Yeah, me too, Brent. So maybe the Pfizer is better. I don't know. But the Moderna was rough, man. Yeah, something like that one, like a really bad Charlie horse. But for me, it was even worse. It was, and then a couple days later, ask him. I was almost crying. I got two real bad leg cramps at the same time. I mean, I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't do. I mean, I was frozen. You know, I never had leg cramps like that ever. Hey, Daniel, thanks for coming in, brother. Ernest, thanks for coming, brother. If I may, Ernie, I mailed your stuff out this morning, Ernie. I know I'm a little late. I never, if you sent the email, I didn't get it or I accidentally deleted it, but we got the stuff coming now. You know, I got family down that way. Well, you're further down. I got family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yeah, see, that I didn't have a problem for the first one with the Moderna. It was the second one, Andy. So you picked the right one. Yo, Dab, what's up, brother? Josh, I haven't any shirts right now. I gave away my last shirt about I don't know, a month ago on here. Kim and I were talking. We're going to get some made. We hadn't yet. I mean, like I say, we got a lot going on, but we are going to get some more made, and we want to get some of the sizes you guys like, you know, and want. Some of the regulars and stuff. So we're working on it. It's just like I said, timing right now. Outstanding, brother. I appreciate it. You got a couple to choose from. I got a rectangle one like that. I got a circle one like that. Then I got the square one of the cartoon of the car. And then, of course, we got the new magnet, the refrigerator magnet. That cracks me up, man. I swear, I really want to make a bullseye and do something with it. We got to do something like that, so I can just turn around and whip one of the magnets at it wherever it lands. I got to work on that. I don't know about all that. All right. Bride, just like I told you guys last week, and about 6 weeks ago, I texted her because I got his number, and I texted him. He said everything's fine. He said they've just been really busy the last couple months with the boys, and he said they're going to be posting videos again real soon. That's all he said, and I hadn't heard anything else from him since. I'll check on him again sometime in the next couple days, and we'll try to have an update. I'll ask him if he could stop by on live just to let everybody know. People are asking about him. Absolutely, Josh. No problem, brother. I eventually want to get some made with my buddy's drawing on it. And I might have to go to like a local shop for that because I don't know how to upload that without the, you know, outline of the picture and stuff. I would like just to put the car on there without like the shadow of a piece of paper. You know what I mean? And every time I try to load it up on a computer, and do it from one of these internet companies. You know what I noticed, Kim, the other day is I was going down 452, and on the right-hand side, right past Meeting House Road there, where that little car dealership used to be, I meant to tell you, right where that car dealership used to be, it's now a T-shirt shop, a custom T-shirt shop. So maybe we can stop in there one day and see what they do. The housewarming party for the rebuild. Did you call the welcome wagon for them? I don't know what you mean, one. If you're talking about, well, we moved my in-laws into the house I was working on. I don't know. We all sat down and had water ice together. Does that count? I don't know. Yo, what's going on, Larry, Lynn? What's going on? Thanks for coming in. I was worried about you guys. I hadn't talked to you in a while. Glad you stopped by. Yeah, what are you doing with that bus, country boy? You gonna turn that into a camper for the family? I know you guys got a couple young kids, you know. You and the wife could take the kids camping, you know. You guys see what look at what Mike from Fuel Fire did with that little tiny trailer and turned it into a bunkhouse. And, and you got a lot more real estate, man. So you could probably build a pretty good camper with that, you know? I don't know. I think that's the way to go then. Happy wife, happy life, brother. Just don't show her that footage with that rat running along. She might never get in that thing, even if you get it completely cleaned out. Oh. Hey, man, you know, maybe you guys could 50-50, get some nice hot rod rims and some side pipes or something, make it really cool, make it a really cool hot roddy camper. Meet in the middle. You know, or something like, what do they say instead of happy wife, happy life? Happy spouse, happy house. Everybody happy? Yeah, hot rod camper. I like the idea of hot rod camper. Hey, did any of you watch that series on HBO called Mayor of Easttown, or hear of it? It's Mayor, Mayr, or any of you guys watch that series? It's on HBO. It's got Kate Winslet in it. Well, that's filmed in our county, right around where we're at. A couple of the scenes were at a bar right up here, and then like in episode five, about halfway, they do a cutaway scene and they show my old powerhouse where I used to work at. They just knocked that building down, but they must have filmed it before they knocked it down. It's got the big tube on a 45, and it just shows a coal-fired plant. Well, that's where I used to work out of. So, and I do recommend that show. That was a really good show, man. It really was. I didn't know that I'd like it. Kim kept telling me we should watch it, and we finally turned it on and we watched. We don't watch a whole lot of TV, but when we do, like, we'll burn through a series when we decide we want to watch something, and we burn through. We might have to go back and look at that, hon, because Bart was saying when he drove home a few times, a lot of those scenes were taped outside of Christie's bar down there off of 9th Street in Marcus Hook. And Chris, maybe you ought to put that on Marketplace for a week before you throw it away. See if you can get a couple bucks for it. You never know, brother. Yeah, thanks, Turlo. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Oh, man. We've been just jamming along, and I didn't do our random drawing. What the heck's wrong with me? I just saw that, hon. All right, random number between 1 and 25. 1 and 25. I just have randomly looked up and I'm like, oh, we're a couple minutes past. Better late than never. Come on, guys. Brian W., thanks for coming in. Let's see. I'm just waving at people. Brent. Kim said Brent won. Hang on a minute. Let me go back and see. Brent. Let's see. Yeah, Brent won. It was number 16. Number 16. It was Brent. Brent guessed number 16. Congratulations, Brent. You got a sticker pack and a brand new refrigerator magnet coming. You already won, Brent. It was number 16. Oh, Brent says go again. All right, let me go again. All right, guess the number between 1 and 25. Go. Brent wins a lot, and he always gives it away. So you guys got to thank Brent as much as me. Oh, there it is, Josh. Josh won. Pirates Cove. Pirates Cove. Number 9, Pirates Cove. Pirates Cove. All right, Josh. Did I ever send you anything yet, Josh? So email email me your address and I'll send this stuff down to you. You get 3 stickers and a refrigerator magnet. All right, brother. You can find my email on our channel's homepage. Go all the way to the right, click on About, and email me your address. All right, cool. You can also, I'll type it in here. I'll try to clamp it in here. All right, that's my email. You can also do jedclampett32 at Gmail. Yahoo and Gmail, both linked directly to my phone. You can use either or, whatever makes you more comfortable, and we'll get those mailed out to you right away. I almost took that deal, Country Boy. I figured, let me get through some of this stuff first. They just sent me a deal for yard signs too, and it's like, man, I don't have it. 10 yard signs for like $40. If I had a use for them, I'd get them, but I don't have a use for them. I want to fill this window up, and then I want to take this glass out, hang it on the wall, and put another piece of plexiglass in and fill up another one, man. So if anybody's got stickers they want to send us, get them over here so we can get them on the door. You know? Cool. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it, dude. Let's see. All right, I got your email, Josh. I'll put in the header of the address. I'll put Josh Pirates Cove. Okay. That might not. How? Hey, Josh, how far are you? I've heard that town before. I won't say it on it, but how far are you from like Arlington, Fort Worth, Grand Prairie? Are you around any of them? Like, let me see. Yeah, Granbury or any of them? Are you around like Granbury or Arlington or like Dallas, Fort Worth? You don't have to tell me if you don't want, but I got two brothers down or three. I got three brothers. I got two step brothers and one half brother down there. Yeah, did you ever hear of Winters Plumbing down there in Grand Prairie? That's my brother. I know he's got a big plumbing outfit down there, and his wife's got a huge hairdressing salon down there. So that's pretty cool, man. All right. Nah, you don't have to. I just figured if you're that close to Grand Prairie, my brother Mark is down there, and he's got a pretty successful plumbing business down there. And I know he's lived in Grand Prairie most of his life. He's owned different lots of property down there. I am, I'm ashamed to admit there's no bad feelings in our family. We haven't spoken years. Right after my father passed away, and it's just because they live down there and I live up here. But when we do get together, it's like nothing's ever changed. That's cool, Daniel. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I got two step brothers in Arlington. My half brother Mark's in Grand Prairie. I don't know about cheap. I got a little 110 Lincoln. It'll cut up to 3/16 steel, Cameron. Takes LP air, just make sure to keep the tip clean and cuts it like a hot knife through butter on 110. The secret with 110 welders and 110 plasma cutters, guys, is having a 20 amp circuit designated. Nothing else running on it, and it'll work. They actually want 30 amp, 20 amp is okay. It'll run the welder or it'll run the plasma cutter if that's all you got on it for that while you're working, while you're doing the job. A lot of people try to load up they see 110, they'll plug it into a 15 amp breaker. It's going to weld like crap. And it's not really, it can't pull enough through there. That's cool. I just put one Trevia pack in mine. One. No problem, Cameron. That's cool. I remember like when I was a kid, you know, I used to go to Texas every summer to visit my father. And even when I first started driving, and I just remember everything in Arlington was basically parallel to each other. You had roads running this way and roads running this way. Like, and I remember like they were named after states. It was like you had Tennessee, or not, maybe it wasn't Arkansas. I remember Arkansas, and I remember a couple other that were like named after states, and then the other ones running the other way. Well, it's important. I agree, Grady. It's important and it's not important, depending on the purpose. Like at my job, I have a Dynasty, Miller Dynasty, and the duty cycle on it's incredible. It's, I don't know, 90, you know, and I could just basically weld nonstop. Now like my Eastwood TIG unit here at the house, the TIG duty cycle is only like 30, but it will weld just as good as that Dynasty. I just have to take breaks in between welds to let the circuit board cool down and let it cycle, let the fan run through it. So if I run 2 or 3 beads that are considerably longer, then just let the welder cool down, let it run its cycles and cool back down, and just take your time. And you can do the exact same quality weld and quality work with a 30% duty cycle as 100% duty cycle. It's just time. Like in a manufacturing plant down at work, they don't want me sitting there waiting in between welds. They want me to burn them welds in, you know. So I got some of the best welders in the world or whatever at my disposal. But here at the house, but I can make just as good a weld here at the house. It just takes longer. Time is duty cycle for me. If I explained that right, and maybe for other people it's different, but I've been welding since I've been 13. So exactly, Grady. And like I said, that Lincoln, I have a 110 Lincoln right over here. When I got time, it's sitting over there on the corner of the bench. I'm going to give it to my brother-in-law. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good for like repairing a mower deck or something like that. I used it to weld all the stuff on this car until I got those other welders. But it really wasn't made that it would say 1/8 inch maximum, but I know that I could get a blowtorch, heat up the metal, and do a couple multi passes and have just a good a weld. And I've showed you guys that in past videos, but it's nice having that Eastwood 180 now where I don't have to do that. It's built to weld up to 3/8 steel, you know? So that's kind of nice. Duty. Yes, I did say duty. Well, here's the thing with that too, Henry. For heavier metals and fabrication work, I can agree with you. You want to take your time and go slow when you're dealing with sheet metal because the metal gets hot and moves. And you don't want that on the body of a car. I mean, you just don't. It's like this window frame I'm looking at here for the quarter panel on the car. I'm staring at it right now. I still got to weld those couple spot welds up in on the inside. But I look at the outside, and I've already got to do body work on that, not from heat, but from shaping it to get it up underneath the roof lid because I never did that before. And I mean, I didn't have a lot of metal move from heat because I knew not to get it too hot. But that's a ton of body work right there. And you don't want to get involved in the body work when you heated metal up and it's moved around and it's not where it's supposed to be. And it doesn't take much for sheet metal to move. Hey, Gorney, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, brother. Nah, not too much. Not too much. And maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, Henry. But here's the other thing. That TIG unit that I got here at the house is just under $1,000. I think I paid $899 for it. And the welder at work is just over $10,000. So that's the difference. Here, hold on. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. She's coming out.
Hey, everyone.
There she is.
Hi.
You are? You go to bed right after this. You want your chair?
No.
I take her chair when I do live. It's really not fair. I got her bench all filled up with all the motorcycle stuff right now. The garage is a mess. Everybody's saying hello.
Hi.
So, yeah, it's not that bad, Henry. and the cost will make you reconsider too. For me, it's having the capability. I have the capability in this little tiny 20 by 20 garage to weld anything I could weld at work. I could do the exact same quality work. I could weld aluminum here in the shop because I got straight argon for my TIG welder. I got 75-25 for the MIG that I could put on the TIG welder if I need to do some steel, long-term steel TIG welding, That way, for proper burn and everything. So I have every capability. I got to move some stuff around. My buddy Jamie that I bought the bike off of, he also gave me a beautiful torch kit with like 4 oxygen bottles and 4 acetylene bottles, just the small ones, but they're all full. He's like, just take it. He goes, it's been in my shed for years. I'm not going to use it. So I did. I suggest if you're going to use an off-brand, I'm telling you, Eastwood. They really are a good company. They're a good company, and they make a good tool. That's why, like I said, I'm very happy with my MIG and my TIG unit from them. I have 0 complaints. Highly recommended. I can't speak to the Harbor Freight stuff is what it is. I've got a couple really good tools from Harbor Freight, and I got some trash from Harbor Freight. I'm dying to try that little suitcase welder I got from my buddy. I think I might try that this weekend. We'll see. Like I say, I'm just trimming around the edges of the garage. I'm getting all these little things wrapped up. And it's while I'm doing that, believe it or not, I've been working some good amount of overtime at work too, because I'm building the coffers back up a little bit. We got to start replacing some of the stuff we've spent. You don't even want to know how much we put on that house right out of our account. You don't even want to know. Yeah. Like I say, Harbor Freight's good for what it's good for. I mean, for some stuff, yes, I love their jacks are good. They're decent, But thanks, Chaz. I appreciate that. Absolutely. No garage sales. No. I keep my stuff, It isn't that. It's just and by no means are we having hot dog nights because we ain't got money. It's just you don't want to know. It's like we like to feel comfortable here. I would say yes to that, Andy. Yes, I agree. Like the one here's a good tool I got from Harbor Freight, which is the same as what you guys say, Prince. This is a geared. It's one of these drawers. Yeah. This geared orbital sander, as I can't tell you enough how really good this is. But it cost a few extra bucks from them. It's the Baxter. I don't know if you guys have that at your Canadian equivalent store or not, but this thing is a geared orbital sander, and it is really good. So, I mean, like I said, you get good stuff from them, and you get bad stuff from them, and that that's a really good tool that I got from them. I mean, my Pittsburgh jack that I got from them, it's a great little jack. It works good, 3-ton. I mean, look, I got my car a foot off the ground with just that one jack. Now, as far as if you're looking at welders, Henry, I recommend Eastwood. They're always having sales. They're always doing something. So. I'm sure your dad has an inventory of every single one. Bart says he'll take my picture off his bulletin board as soon as I bring his bead breaker back. Quite possibly. Hey, I'm not a super proud guy. Like, my buddy Bart, he has more tools than anybody I know. He researches this stuff. And if I only need to borrow something once, rather than spend it, I just ask Bart if he's got it. And if he's got it, he lets me borrow it. Just like the protractor scale when we did our pinion angle video. Well, why go spend $300-400 on a scale? My buddy already has it. Digital readout. Just borrowed it for a few weeks until I got a chance to really research how I wanted to do it, and whammo. I won't need to do another pinion angle for a while. I'm still way behind on this car. If I decide to do another car after this, I need to borrow it. I know who got it. Maybe he'll will it to me. Hey, Bart, will you will me that? That's cool. I would get like the MIG unit I got. It's a good starter welder. It's a good overall welder. So even after you've started, I mean, you can get a lower one like a 140, but then remember the lower number is the thickness of the thickness of what metal you can weld actually goes down. 180 is a good all-around welder. It'll do sheet metal all the way up to I think 3/8, 5/16 or 3/8. And You can always cheat a little higher if you heat the metal up with a torch, Henry. And I think I paid, Kim, how much did I pay for that? $400, $500, $400 or $500. I'd have to look up the receipt, Henry. I could get that information for you next week, or you could simply Google it on online. The Eastwood 180 MIG, and it'll come up. It'll tell you how much. And like I said, if it's a little sticker shock for your budget, wait a month or so and just keep an eye on it. And bam, you'll get a sale. A sale will come out and you won't believe it. Be 10, 20% off. Eastwood always has sales. Yo, what's going on? How you doing, Cody? I'm glad you stopped by just in time for me to say goodbye to everybody. We've been on for exactly 1 hour, 1 minute, and 5 seconds. You guys all know I like to keep this right around 1 hour. I always look forward to Friday nights. Visiting with all you guys makes my whole week, and it keeps me excited about this whole YouTube experience, and it gets me pumped up. And we got a lot of videos coming. Like I said, you guys seen my cute little video doing little tiny tractor tires and calling it a how-to video. Just stay with me. I'm just practicing my videos. I'm practicing to see how we can bring more people in. I'm just experimenting, and we're having a little bit of fun along the way. So I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I can't wait till next week already. I want everybody to have a good, positive weekend. Let me know what you're up to next Friday night. Let's all get together and talk about whatever you want. Take care, everybody.